Yes, you're most welcome. Welcome back from those two extensive videos explaining how to make good trades and how to turn them to perfection. Now, we're going to talk about two more topics briefly in this session, basically on how to make your rules and guidelines, and when you're done, what next? These are the final parts of creating your trading system. So number one, mastering trading. You have to design the system, you have to validate the system, you have to optimize the system, and then you consistently have trading success. But what do we mean? Redesigning the system are those first phases I've told you that we have gone through. So we are now at the point where someone now has to create rules. Now, some of those rules are not defined for you what you look out for to create those rules. Number one, you can create rules that are time-based. These are rules focusing on the trading rules that drive success, the time-based trading rules that drive success. Sometimes they can be based on the session. That is, I only trade in this time. For example, sometimes the markets are most spiky during the New York session, on the London session, and they are dragging during Asian session. That's more so for Forex pairs. Then for cryptocurrency pairs, do sometimes well in Sydney session and all and above. So each session shows distinctive volatility and liquidity that is available in the market for trading. So in sometimes when you trade in certain sessions, your trades close faster than when you trade in other sessions. You make money faster. So that can become a rule that I only trade in these times. So selecting a trading time to maximize system efficiency is also something very key. Then next thing is you master an asset. Most when you're beginning to trade, I don't advise you to trade anything that you come across. Limit trading to a manageable set of assets. The highest you can trade is like 5. But when you're beginning, trade 1 or at least 2. Because when you're beginning trading, you're not looking to make money. You're looking to understand your system. You're looking to understand these technicals, the things that have been defined first. What is market structure? That's your biggest goal. Once you understand what market structure is, you tick that. Next, how do I see my supply, my demand zones? How do I see my demand zones? How do I see them? How do I spot them? How do I see my points of interest? Very key. So as you study each asset's volatility and the patterns, you start making informed decisions. You get used and understand how this coin moves, how this asset moves. You analyze correlations between assets and other markets to identify relationships. This coin moves like this, but it is similar to this one. It's similar to this one. Hence, that helps you. You get to know that coins that are similar, it's not advisable for you to trade them because that's not diversification of portfolio. That is putting yourself in a trap. Because most certainly when this one goes up, it means it's going to go up. So if you are wrong about it going up, you're going to be wrong twice. So it's better to trade coins that have a different correlation coefficient. So what you analyze here doesn't play out there. But also, when you become a pro, the mutuality in analysis sometimes comes in handy. Comes in handy to help. Then number 2, you use deeper asset knowledge to improve the trade quality. That is the knowledge you have about the asset fundamentally. Maripos think about it. Like I was telling yesterday, when you're analyzing a coin, newly traded coin or new coin on the block, trying to see, is it authentic? Is it real? Sometimes you look at what people are saying about it in the community. Then you remember your asset. Know your asset like you know your best friend. Expertise fuels success. You have to become an expert at trading your asset. Natiwaria kusinga, no one can beat you at it. No one is good for the need. Then next, you look at the essential risk management rules. Number 1, your risk to reward. What is your minimum risk to reward? If a trade can't give you that risk to reward, you don't trade it. No matter how good, how enticing, how what. But when you measure it from your point of entry to your target, and it then give you a good risk to reward or your minimum risk to reward. Number 3, limit the number of times you trade in a day or in a week to avoid over trading, to avoid that greed. Number 4, stop trading after a certain number of consistent losses. Maybe say me, I can only take two losses in a day. If it's two losses, I stop, go back, review what was wrong, come back tomorrow when I'm fresh. Or else you tend into revenge trading. Of course, every trade you enter, must have a stop loss. So that it doesn't matter whether you go to sleep or you're awake, you know. By the time you place a trade, you know the outcome and you're okay with the loss outcome and you're also okay with the win outcome. Never place a trade that makes you lose sleep. No, 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 no. Always place a trade where you can go and sleep in peace. Then the core principle is protect your capital first before then profits follow. In everything you do, look for all ways in which to preserve your capital. Then in those ways, look for ways in which once capital is preserved, how do I make more? Not how do I make more at the expense or at the risk of my capital. That's very key and important. It will keep you long in the game. If you don't have such rules in your system, you can be sabotaged. Next, let's look at master market analysis methods. There are other market analysis methods. These, of course, are in advanced courses and advanced meetings. You study macroeconomics. That's the track of the global economy, trends impacting markets. How does the global economy, things happening in the global economy affect the markets? Number two, fundamental analysis. Evaluate companies and assets, specific financial health of these companies, these blockchain companies. What is their expertise? What is their reputation? All those things matter. Which country are they in? Is that company in a warfare? Where do they normally invest? All those things come in as a trader. This is part of being a trader, not just things of sitting there, then you flash around Lamborghinis. No, that's not being a trader. Being a trader is being fully fledged end to end. Market sentiment, assess news, social media, gauge people's mood. I showed you some of those tools that gauge people's sentiment on CoinMarketCap in the previous video. Two, on-chain analysis. Examine blockchain data. That's in deeper classes, of course, to show you how on-chain analysis can be done. Then knowledge reduces guesswork. The more you know, is the more confident you are about what you're doing and you know what you're doing, other than just guessing. Analysis builds confidence. When you do your analysis and you add up together, you are confident risking those $2 in the market. Okay. Next, we would love to look at what next. After having done all the trading, you've put up all the rules and you're perfect. What next? The next part is validate and backtest your trading system. Having learned your trading system, you can use what we call backtesting software. TradingView has a backtesting software, but to use that backtesting software, you have to pay for TradingView. I think it's around $80. The package, the beginning package, you pay $80 and get access to TradingView paid version, and then you can use backtesting. What backtesting does is backtesting gives you access to all trades in history. For example, I can go back in 2020, 2021, 2022, and I analyze, I get my trading system and I apply it there. By the time I'm done trading 2022, I can say, this is my win rate, this is my accuracy, you get, because I clear all the charts and act like as if I don't know what's going to happen in the future, because I don't know, because I've cleared all of them. Then I start placing my trades. This is what I would have done, so 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 what I would have done. Then I see if I'd done that, would I win? If I'd done that, would I win? If I'd done that, would I win? Number two, you can also trade using a demo account. The purpose of trading using a demo account is not to fool yourself that you're making money. No, it's to help you understand your trade system. You have to treat your demo account like it's real money, like your life depends on it. Because if you can't make it on a demo account, chances are you'll never make it in the live account. So you treat it very seriously, as it's like mocks before you nab. You do mocks seriously, like as if you're in real UNEB. Not, and if I fail mocks, I'll go and do UNEB. No, that's not the spirit, that's not the heart. So even your demo account, you have to treat it like a mock. You do it seriously with all your heart in it, willing to compound it and grow it. That's validating the system. Check, try all your rules you've set, try all your analysis you've learned, try everything. Number two, journal. Number two is journaling. Let me get the next slide, sorry. The next thing is to journal your live trades. It's very important for growth. Track detailed trade data. Track what you think. For example, let me this thing. For example, you maintain a detailed record. Save your screenshots of a trade, note your profit and loss, note your entry points and your exit points. Number 2, track, was it a win or a loss? Statistics. And the trade duration for performance. How long did it take to win or how long did it take to lose? All that's important. Document your emotion and psychological state during each trade. When you take that trade, how are you feeling? Were you greedy? Were you revenge trading? Note it. Because in the future, it will help you know that all these losses came from revenge trading. So revenge trading is my weakness. So you then find wisdom and knowledge on how to deal with revenge trading. That is dealing with yourself. Because you realize that this revenge trading is going to lead you to self-sabotage. Deal with it. Then review your journal. Review your journal. Review your systems you've set up. Because I told you, you can have more than one system. You can have more than one trade strategy. But review this trade strategy. How is it performing? How is it giving me results? Then remember, your journal is the mirror reflecting your trading behavior. Self-awareness drives improvement. The moment you're not aware of yourself, you live in self-denial or you live in an illusion of who you are, yet you're really not that thing. You think you're good, yet you need help. So you have to know where you need help and then seek that help. Yeah. So then, of course, when you optimize, all these I've shared with you is to optimize and evolve your trading system. So you can even go through a series of improving it, getting new rules that you have studied and reviewed your journal and realized, this is how I am. So to mitigate this behavior of me, I need to do this. Then that becomes a rule. All that together is what we call a trading playbook. A playbook are the rules and guidelines a business follows to deliver its business model. It's the business model every business follows. So even you as a trader, you must have a business model. You must have a way you do business. You must have a model that drives revenue into your pockets. Because if you don't have it, the market is ready to give you one. And I don't think the market is your friend. So you better come up with one that is friendly to you, customized and personalized to you. So analyze back-tested results and identify weak points and opportunities. Incorporate live trading feedback and adjust rules and execution timing. Enhance risk-reward basing on refined entries and exits. Then evaluate and update asset choices and align with market conditions. Avoid overfitting by prioritizing adaptability over perfection. Remember, the perfect system is a myth. The adaptable system survives. So adaptable means you're willing to change and evolve based on the new things you've learned about yourself. Because there's something which could be so hidden in you and it needs 6 months to come out. 6 months of data for you to know, hey, this is how I am. I'm greedy. I am fearful, I'm anxious. So you may need time to discover what makes me anxious. When do I become anxious? When do I fear the market? When do I resist from the market? When do I refrain? When do I fear to take when I'm supposed to take a trade? When do I fear? When am I not supposed to take a trade and I take it and I lose? You start to discover all those things. So commit to continuous improvement as the key to long-term trading. Thank you very much. We shall be meeting in our next video. So build your trading system to last, not just to survive, but to survive through everything and last, because it's your competitive edge. That statistical data is your competitive edge against everyone else in the market. So we shall be meeting in our next video. To talk more about what more we are planning and cooking to offer even in the preceding videos we shall be having and meetings we shall be having.